Hey everyone, Christina here with Ginger Mama Tarot, coming at you with your July extended Tarotscope. Now this is for Libras who identify as divine feminine energy. Please understand we all hold both masculine and feminine energy. It's yin-yang balanced, but many of us are more in our feminine or more in our masculine energies, and we're trying to heal the two and come to balance. If you want to know if you're more in wounded feminine or masculine energy, if you go to gingermama.com and click on my free blogs, there is a great list that shows wounded masculine, wounded feminine, healed masculine, healed feminine energies. For simplicity's sake, if you are more avoidant in a relationship, if you run from connection, if you don't address problems head on, you're a little bit, more controlling in that way or guarded with your feelings and emotions, you're more likely divine masculine energy. If you're someone that's more codependent, seek validation through others, just a little more anxiously attached, let's say, you are more in that divine feminine energy, and we're trying to heal both. So I encourage Libra placements, yeah, ding, we're trying to heal both. If you're unsure, feel free to watch both, because sometimes people are in the balance of that yin yang, like they're balancing out, like they're not at those extremes. So you can take information from both of the videos, okay? Please do not feel like you have to pick a side here. I just am parsing this out because some people know that they're way more in one or way more in the other, and other people are really hitting that balance. So if you're hitting that balance, maybe watch both. So what's weird is it's not weird, it's never weird, but as I was sitting here channeling for you, the vision of a llama came in, and I was like, a llama? Interesting. I had a friend years ago in grade school that had a llama, and she was so much fun, and we'd go out in this field that she had by her house, and we'd just pet the llamas, but I felt like they were always pretty temperamental, and like, I don't know, I just never got super into it, but I thought of her, and I thought of llamas, and I, of course, looked up what is the spiritual meaning of llama. And what it is about is protection, protecting your own energy and your own space. And furthermore, what was coming in for me was this idea of how were you protected as a child, or how do you protect your children? And dealing with those possible mother wounds that maybe you have repressed. Many of us have experiences with mothers or mother figures. It could be an aunt, it could be a step parent, like who knows, right? But a strong mother figure in your life where you tuck down these emotions or feelings of maybe insecurity or inadequacy when it comes to that. And so I feel like this month, especially as we're in Cancer season, you guys, Cancer season just kicked off. Cancer season is a time to really be emotionally raw with yourself and possibly with others, but I sense for you that especially the first 2 weeks of July, you're supposed to be kind of like protecting your energy and like focused on healing that. And people ask, well, how, I don't know why I picked up these cards, but I'm going to go with it. These are rune cards. There must be something here for you before we get to traditional tarot. But understand that like you can sit in isolation, and like the best way to do this, I would really encourage you to do is like write. Whether it's a letter to maybe a mother, even if they've passed away or they're no longer in your life, writing a letter to that person, writing a letter to yourself. It could be, like I said, an aunt, a stepmother, whoever it is. Now don't send it to them, even if they are alive. What you're gonna do with this letter is tell the truth. This made me feel this way. I was really upset by this. This really hurt my feelings, whatever it might be. And then as you process that information and maybe add more to it over the next couple of weeks, when we hit this full moon we have coming in on in Capricorn on the 13th, it would be an excellent time to take that letter and burn it, okay? Like not in a mean way, but in a, I release this from me. I release the deep subconscious ways I've been carrying this pain or resentment or frustration over this, and I'm going to release it. Hang on, I dropped a card. It's gotta be important if I dropped it. Oh my gosh, you guys, it says protection. Can you see? I wanna make sure you can see. Protection is the rune. See how this works? See how this works. It flew out, I swear to God, you saw it fly out. This happens all the time in my readings, by the way. Like energy that I channel is confirmed through the cards. Technically, most good readers, most good channels aligned with source, they don't need tarot cards or any cards. The cards just help confirm for others that are a little like, are you sure? So Aljas is all about protection. I'm going to go ahead and read that card to you because I do think it's important right now, because something about, I mean, this llama and then this card, this is important for you right now, okay? So please hear this before we get to the rest of the tarot reading. Aljas is the rune of protection, and it is linked to the horns of an elk. We all have a need to feel safe. The horns of the elk enable it to go forward without fear of danger. The horns will keep an open and safe space around you. It is okay to progress or move forward. This could be a period of extreme highs and lows emotionally. The rune is telling you not to worry about danger. It is giving you permission to proceed and progress in your life without fear. If it has any warning attached to it, it has to do with your health. Just be careful and look after yourself. Take time to know yourself. Relax and look for inner peace. Aljas gives you time to regroup and to come out fighting again. Warriors often etched this symbol on their shields before going to battle. And so for many of you, especially if you are dealing with any health issues, I've had some things come up as well. I feel called to say, like, if you can find runes, you might even be able to buy them online, like a set of runes, maybe carrying this particular rune in your pocket, or just taking this symbol and meditating on it, carrying it, like writing it on a thing in your wallet. Do you know what I mean? Like reminding yourself, you can even put sticky notes, like one in a cabinet or one near your mirror, and just reminding yourself when you see that, I am protected, I am protecting my energy. And that also came in as I was channeling. I was writing a lot for you. The other thing we can do to protect our energy is I want you to consider the ways in which your mother wounds might have had you judge others. I know this sounds interesting, but like if you had a mother especially that was judgmental of you in any way, it could be your career, it could be the way you looked, it could be the way you acted, who you married, whatever it might be. Like, does that make you judge other people? Is there a block there in some way? Because I feel like that really needs to be released this month, this judgment of others. You need to be coming from a place of unconditional love. I do not know that other person's experience. I've not lived their reality, so therefore I cannot judge it. I can only look internally and ask myself how I'm doing that. And by the way, my necklaces, this rarely happens, but when it does, it was funny. I was trying to untangle them before this, and then I left it because I realized as I was trying to look in this screen to untangle it, it was more difficult because this screen's backwards compared to a mirror. And so I think for many of you, it's like you're looking to other people, trying, there's my kitty there, to like ask them, how do I untangle this? How do I fix it? How do I fix what's going on with me? Whatever it is, mentally, emotionally, physically. And it's like, really tap into what do you need to know? Like, what is your gut telling you? And not judging others or obsessing about their critiques or advice. Also, the color purple was coming in big time. And purple represents heightened sense of spiritual matters. It's a beautiful aura color. And I really encourage you, especially the first 2 weeks of the month, to sit in some stillness. Meditation does not have to be complicated, you guys. It is literally saying, I'm going to go lay in bed for 15, 20 minutes. Close your eyes. You don't even, if you want to turn on music or a sound bath, great. If you want to have a guided meditation, great. But I personally find if you just lay there by yourself and say, I want to try to do this. Let the thoughts come in. Let them leave. Just say, I'm going to release that. I'm going to release that. And suddenly you get to a place where you start to see possibly colors or visions. And it's beautiful. It's like you're not asleep and dreaming, but like that is coming in. And it's all speaking to you. For me today, when I was in meditation, I saw a lot of purple and black aura colors. And black is not always, anything bad. I know people freak out by that. It's not. It can also be power and this and that. But I saw that. And you can kind of clear out too, like energy through that. And then I saw the what we call, you can call it the evil eye, the watchful eye of God. It is literally on our dollar bills at the top of the pyramid there. It's littered all over everything. I mean, you can find it on beer cans. But I always take that to mean when you see that eye, it was so specific in my vision today, that God is protecting you, God is watching over you, but God is also watching how you judge others. And so every time you have a thought in your mind, I'm better than them, or they're lower than me, or whatever judgment you might hold. We all hold these judgments, you guys. It's reactionary, but we're trying to heal that and correct that and say, oh my gosh, I just realized I consciously made a judgment in my mind. Correct that. Oh, I don't know that person. I don't know their whole experience. I'm not going to judge. So that might be important for you this month. Let me get to the tarot. So many things going on. And also focus on how you love yourself. And is that expression your most authentic self? Or are you doing it because you think that's how you're supposed to love yourself or others? Does that make sense? Like, that was just what was coming in as I was writing. But yeah, that purple aura, I mean, you're a very empathic person. You care about others. But it feels like that, like, push-pull of, like, I really care about others, but, like, I'm also still holding possible judgment for others. So focus on that this month. By the way, there's nothing wrong with you, Libras. Everybody goes through this on their journey. This is just where you are at this month on your journey. But there's a lot of emotional stuff coming up this month. And also we have Venus moving into Cancer on the 17th. That's a planet of love. So please know that there might be a lot of emotions around that. And it doesn't have to just be love with like an intimate relationship. Again, this 5 of Wands, ask yourself, were there previous relationships, connections, marriages, whatever it might be, where there was not love, where it was conflict, and like, have you actually processed that? So often people have these relationships in their lives with family, with old lovers, whatever it is, and they move to the next relationship, right? But they don't actually purge the energy from that past connection. And so somewhere deep in their subconscious, they carry it. And that's what creates inaction, an inability to fully plow forward into their highest timeline, their highest selves. And so the 3 of Pentacles here, again, protect your energy when you're out with other people, friends, family, coworkers, whoever. My phone dinged right when I said that. Protect your energy. And protecting energy looks like this. You can pretend, you know, you have like a gold hoop going down you, clearing your energy field. You can just ask for source, like I want protection. You have to ask, by the way, you have to ask. And push this energy away. But also it is physically protecting your energy. If you are at like a party, for example, and people are just being shady, talking poorly, whatever it might be, like at a barbecue or something, and you feel your energy shift, it's real. It's real. It manifests in your body, especially if people are being judgmental, right? Maybe you're not being judgmental. Maybe you need to worry about others who are being judgmental. Which could be the download, my crown tingling. It's not you, but others are being really judgmental or critical of people, and possibly masculine energies around you are doing that. Push it away, and literally, if you can, leave. You don't need to explain yourself. Just be like, hey, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm going to go. I'm not feeling the best. Peace. And if people get freaked out by that, well, that's on them. You don't need to explain yourself. But yeah, this 9 of Pentacles energy is all about like a single lady protecting her energy. It doesn't have to be like you're not in a relationship, but at the same time it is. It's about like protecting your energy, your sexual energy, your financial security, your just feeling of freedom, your health, like everything, prioritizing you first and laying down the burden of caring what anyone else thinks. You need to prioritize you first this month. I'm telling you, Libras, it is imperative. And I do think by the time we get to we have Leo season kicking off and the new moon in Leo on the 28th of July. And that's going to move into some much better energy where we're feeling much more lively and excited in the month of August. And so if you, 2:22 on the clock as I say this, if you can purge some of that deep pain, past relationships, like work through that emotionally, journal, write, meditate, whatever you need to do, cry. I mean, let out those emotions on your own. Take space from others to do that. It's okay to say, hey, even with a partner in the same house, to say, hey, I just want to sleep on my own tonight. I just need some space. And if a partner cannot respect that, then we need to question why we're with that partner. I tell couples that all the time. It's totally normal to need space. And so often in relationships, we're like, no, we're always together. And reflect on that. Maybe you need more space in a relationship. Page of Wands. It's like you're going to have this awakening this month. And I'm excited for you. And this is going to be good. And I just feel like there's so much information here, but the underlying current is protection. You are going to get clarity. Look, and this card is about protection too. Protecting. Look at this. Oh my gosh. These are 2 aces. You're going to have emotional fulfillment if you let out those emotions, and clarity on the past, on the present, on where you want to go, if you can focus on protecting your energy. These pentacles, he looks down, he protects his crop. Protect your energy, protect yourself. I am telling you, especially like I just feel like those health conditions being said too, and sexual energy keeps coming in for me. Like other people can affect you physically if they're throwing shady energy. Okay, so protect yourself. I love you guys. You got this. Have a beautiful month of July.